right, here we go. Good morning, Moneymakers. Welcome. Hola, buenos
Welcome,
dias.
Moneymakers.
It's great to see you all. I haven't seen many of you in a long time. I'm Caroline Cummings, the CEO of RAIN. Thank you so much for joining us today for your graduation ceremony. We have a lot to celebrate. We have a really awesome program in store for you today. We're just going to give it another minute because several other folks are starting to join the room. Juan, I like that you used the money emoji. That was fun. Anything to add fun to our two-dimensional connection here. I wish we could all be in person, but then we wouldn't have the wide reach of folks that we have who have attended MONEYmaker. So thank you all for being here. I'm going to go ahead and kick the program off and share some slides with you. We are at graduation, so congratulations, week 10. It was a major commitment to get to the point. We're really excited to have you. And I just want to remind everyone, if you could remain muted during the program and use the raise hand feature if you have a question or a comment. We do want to make this interactive, but we also want to make sure everyone can hear. Again, I'm Caroline Cummings, the CEO of RAIN. I've been with RAIN for almost 8 years now, and our program has evolved over time. And I'm really excited that our program is now serving more underserved entrepreneurs, not only in Oregon, but located all over. This session is being recorded, so if you do have to hop off early for some reason, we will be posting this to our YouTube channel and sharing it around. Here's our graduation agenda for the day. I'm giving you the welcome message, then I'm going to hand it over to my amazing friend and colleague, Juan Barraza, who is our incoming board president. We have some highlights, kudos, the pitches. Ani was telling me that we received about 30 video pitches. So congratulations to you guys. That's not an easy thing to do, to take everything you've learned and put it into a quick pitch. So we're excited to share some of those. The audience will get to vote. We've got some cool prizes. You'll hear from our keynote speaker, Devon Horace, who's joining us from Belize. And not sure if we'll have video of him. We definitely have audio. So we're working on the video piece. We'll have a Q&A, so you'll get to interact with him. You'll learn more about who he is. We'll do some graduation recognition, certificates, announce winners. And then, of course, RAIN's mantra is what's next. So we'll talk about what's coming. So just a reminder, our mission is three-part. We partner with communities to catalyze entrepreneurial ecosystems, connect entrepreneurs to resources, including overlooked entrepreneurs, and ultimately we're contributing to the creation of prosperous economies. This is why we exist. And this MONEYmaker wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for a bold program that we pitched to the US EDA, the Economic Development Administration. It was $1 million project, and it funded MONEYmaker, RAINmaker Accelerator, our Raindrops program, which allowed us to match the MONEYmakers and the RAINmakers with experts from the community, many of whom are joining us today. So thank you for sharing your expertise with us. And we're really excited that the EDA was able to fund this program for as long as it did. We also have two other sponsors that I want to take a minute and highlight. Oregon Pacific Bank. I have to tell you that since RAIN started and was invited out into the Florence community back in 2015, they have been a financial sponsor as well as attending events, speaking on panels, and the individual names that are listed below from OPB have been very active in MONEYmaker. And I just want to thank you all for not only giving money, because a lot of organizations do, but giving your time and your expertise. So thank you for being with us here today. Whoops, what happened? Let me, oh, I think I clicked the logo and it went right to the Oregon Pacific Bank website. So sorry about that, you guys. Let me go back. And then I also want to thank our sponsor, our friends at Palo Alto Software, makers of LivePlan, online business planning and financial management. They are graciously giving 3 months free of LivePlan to every MONEYmaker graduate. So thank you, friends at LivePlan. We also are funded and invited into several cities and counties around the state of Oregon who are also funding and helping to contribute to this program, several government agencies and nonprofits and foundations. RAIN is a 501c3, so all donations are tax deductible. So I want to make sure that we thank those folks. And then we did a survey about this cohort. One of the things I'm really proud of and excited about is that we have for many years been working towards pushing to reach more underserved, more underrepresented entrepreneurs. And this cohort is the most diverse to date. So I want to give a round of applause to Ani, all of our partners, everybody who helped get the word out about the importance of financial management and joining this accelerator. And 34% of the participants are people of color. We're really proud about that. And about 70% are considered underrepresented. So thank you all for being with us and trusting us to provide expertise to you. There's also so many industries represented. We couldn't fit them all on the slide, but this is what I love about the cohort, where you can learn from people in your same industry or people in different industries, or have partnerships happen as a result of connection. So a lot of industries represented, also many counties represented, most of which are from Oregon, but we also have friends from Island County in Washington, and we had some also from other states joining us. So thank you all for being here. And now I have the pleasure of handing it off to our incoming board president, Juan Barraza, who is a very great friend of mine. He's the director of the Center for Entrepreneurship of Portland State University. He's also involved in Pitch Latino. He's on several boards, including the Rural Development Initiative and an advisor for Virtue Lab. And honestly, I couldn't do my job without him. He'll tell you how many times I pick up the phone to call him to get his advice, because his passion and commitment to serving underserved entrepreneurs is what excites me to get out of bed every day. So thank you, Juan, for being here. I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you. Thank you for those kind words. I'm excited to hear. Oh my God, it's 9 in the morning here. Probably it's midnight somewhere for some of you, or super early in the morning. So thank you for being here. Entrepreneurship is a very lonely road. We woke up one day, we have an idea, we have a problem that we can solve. We start pulling to that thread, and then we go down the rabbit hole. And as many of you already experienced, it's very hard to explain to family, loved one, and friends. What are you doing? How are you making a living? What is the product and service that you are creating? And the big question that my dad always asked me when I started a new venture, so explain to me, how are you making money again? So it's very, very lonely. It's a roller coaster of emotions. But right now, I see in the room 84 people and counting. The people that participate in this cohort. Now you have that many friends, that many people that understand what you're going through. They might be working in a problem or an industry similar to yours, so totally different, but the fundamentals are there. They find a problem, they come up with a solution, and they try to figure out how to take it to market and all the steps along the way. And in my opinion, there's nothing better than peer-to-peer learning. I see many familiar faces in the room, people that collaborated, just like Caroline. We pick up the phone weekends and nights and try to figure out how to better serve the entrepreneurs across the state. I know Robert for many years, where he worked at SBDC. Jose Balcázar is somewhere in the room. We had conversations in Spanish, English, Spanglish, just to figure out how we can support each other. And Nathan, the new member of the RAIN team, I mean, I know him for years. He's an entrepreneur who has the scar tissue to prove it, went to academia. We work with the early college innovators, and now he's bringing his expertise to RAIN. So overall, it's about finding your community as entrepreneurs. And many times we fall in love with the problem and we have an idea, and then we come to realize quickly that the idea might be, could be a business, or might not be as big as we want it to be, or you find out it's getting bigger and you are forced to start thinking about the fundamentals. You build the product and service. Now, how you create that foundation to support the growth of your business. And if you haven't experienced this, let me give you the silver lining. Your idea, your business will continue growing, but it's going to be a point in time that you're going to be pulled away from the things you enjoy the most, interacting with customers, building product, interacting with potential new clients, and start looking at those fundamentals of the business, from bringing new team members, onboarding them, to the financials. And that is what I love about the way the RAIN team is structured, the accelerator. That psychology and relationship with money and feasibility of your business. How you start from asking the right questions. Do I have a business that could scale? And what kind of business I'm going to have? And then you start looking at the basics of any business should have. I know that we're enamored many times with the notion that somebody can come, like in Shark Tank, and give you $250,000, $500,000, and you make national news. That's great, but you have to still apply the fundamentals in a business. Budgeting, bookkeeping, be able to read your financials, manage your cash flow. Many of the businesses that you will start might not need any additional investment. It's just managing your cash flow will allow to grow your business until it's the right moment to bring those additional institutional funding. Pricing, how many times all of us here, we're going to be the Nike or athletic wear, but we're going to be doing cheaper. And many times when we base a relationship with our customers based on price versus relationships and the value we add, we end up not having the right margin. So be able to understand how to structure that in a way that you have healthy profitability margins is huge. And presenting, right? You're going to do that today. Some of us are introverts, some of us are extroverts. And regardless how well-versed you are and how comfortable you are with public speaking, it's nothing more daunting than stepping into the stage in front of 10, 20, 100,000 people and tell them about your business idea. And you're gonna do that today, and congrats, because you achieved the first of many milestones. And I would like to leave you with one thought. You have taken the initiative to show that you can explore and try to come up with a solution that solves a problem in people's lives, the community, the environment. Keep that spirit going. It's going to be hard times, and just lean in the network you built during this cohort and come back for answers. And if you can help down the road other entrepreneurs and pay it forward, that will be the best way to make our communities better. And with that, I'll hand it over to Annie. Everybody know Annie Raz. She has worked with small businesses, has over a decade of economic development, working with nonprofits. During the pandemic, she launched and operated storefronts in a studio located in downtown Portland, and now she's part of the RAIN team. Annie, all yours. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Juan. We really appreciate you taking the time to be here today, and thank you for sharing that, because it really is the community that is going to help you go over those challenges and make things happen. So right now, I am going to share my screen here. And at this point, he gave us a good rundown of the program itself. This is the whole program. You guys have shown up to learn many different things about your business finances, and hopefully right now you have a better idea of where you're at and where you want to go and what it takes to get there. I want to thank all of our expert speakers that have come over throughout the program to share their knowledge with us. We are very proud to have more than half of them be minorities. I think that is very important to do because it brings us different perspectives. And I want to thank members of the RAIN team. Some of them you don't really see, but they're always doing work behind the scenes to make sure that these programs are what they are. And you see some familiar faces here that have been facilitators for your cohort. Among them, Aksa, Connor, Jade, Heather, Nate behind the scenes doing all of the tech things. and Robert, of course, who also was a speaker for our program. So I just want to recognize and appreciate that this is something that we have been doing, all of us, and we hope to continue to serve you throughout the many different programs that we offer. And I want to thank our facilitators and mentors that are, part of other organizations as well, and that have always been involved in the entrepreneurial community. Make sure that you reach out to them, and make sure that you keep that connection going, because there is a whole lot of knowledge that they have to share with you as well. And right now, I want you to take a moment and go to the chat and, give kudos and appreciation to whoever you would like to, that have gone with you throughout this program, and appreciate all of the work that people have done to get you here. And with that, I wanted to do some highlights, and take a moment right now to think where you were in July 27 when we began this program and where you're at now. I know that some of you have open locations, some of you have applied for grants, some of you have gotten grants, some of you decided to purchase the business that you work in. It is amazing what you guys are doing, and being able to take that extra step to gather the knowledge that you don't have so that you can keep going is motivating, and it is inspiring. With that, I would like to hand it over to Robert. He's gonna showcase all of the pitches that we selected as the top 9.
Excellent. Thank you, Ani. And thank you again as we're providing our kudos and feedback in the chat. I just want to give a verbal thank you to Ani for just doing such an excellent job managing all of we cats and making this thing work. You've done a marvelous job. All right, so it is my turn to jump in here and make sure that I set up my screen correctly. We're going to be looking at the MONEYmaker pitches, and we're going to be voting. As Caroline mentioned, we did have 29. Actually, we ended up with 30 on the nose, 30 different pitches from you, which is the largest number of pitches we've received in this program. So kudos to all of you for going through that effort. We can't show all 30. Ani and Anna and I pared it down to 9. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through each of the 9 pitches. Do have your hand by your audio, because there's quite a bit of your volume control, because there's quite a bit of difference in the pitch volumes. And we'll walk through all 9 of them, so you'll get to see those. And then after that, we will pull up a survey so that each of you can vote on your favorite, just one favorite, and then we'll announce the winners at the end of the program. So that's where we're headed. I can't see anybody at this point. So Ani, if I need to do anything, change anything up, just let me know. Let me get this out of the way. Whoops. My share left. Okay, let's try that again. All right. We will start with Sandhi Bide and Balak Drishti.
This is called a world of blur. There are 239 million kids in the world that cannot read the blackboard, see the stars, or read the road signs. They need glasses but cannot afford a simple pair of prescription glasses. If they had glasses, this is how they would see the world. My name is Sandhi Bide, and I'm the CEO of my company, Balak Drishti, which means child vision. The blurred vision affects their learning ability, brain development, and they become societal liability and create safety hazard. And the global cost of lost productivity due to myopia is $244 billion. The solution is biodegradable. The doctor will carry a large collection of standard Gorilla lenses that can be snapped into standard frames. The frames would be made either using plastics recovered from the sea or by using plant materials like bamboo. They would be delivered at a cost of between $3 to $5 and within 10 minutes of their examination. Balak Drishti needs funding in 3 steps. Initial funding of $250,000 for creating 10 to 15 concepts and 10 to 25 alpha units to develop IP, finalize materials, design, and manufacturing. Second funding of $1 million to develop 10 to 15,000 units, which will be seeded in various parts of India for market test. And the final one for $5 million for scaling. Balak Drishti will be self-sufficient after that. Thank you for listening to me. And together, I truly believe that we can alleviate poverty by restoring vision of the 239 million kids within our lifetime. Thank you very much.
Woohoo! Well done, Sandy. Feel free to unmute and clap after each of these. I want to make certain that all of
Nice
all
job.
of these participants.
Bravo. Great
appropriate.
Well
cause.
done. Very well done.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
All right, so we'll move on to our next entry here, Adrian Fritz with Conundrum House.
Rolling.
Hi, I'm Adrienne Fritz, co-conspirator at Conundrum House in Corvallis, Oregon. In late 2020, we were asked by the Benton County Historical Resources Commission to help them solve a problem, revitalize public engagement in the historical buildings and sites in our county. Like our HRC, other historic preservation organizations had seen a drop in community engagement with their resources as well. As reported in studies conducted by federal, state, and local governments, this resulted in a negative economic and cultural impact. Historic resources are important as they fulfill a need for place in bringing communities and generations together with a sense of ownership, pride, and belonging. This creates engagement with the downtown and neighborhood establishments, revitalizing economic growth. Specters Past, our place-based mystery clue hunt, was invented and developed over the last 2 years by our team at Conundrum House, offering a new way of engaging with historical properties. We are seeking $100,000 to $200,000 to hire teams to tackle 2 projects: to build a cloud-based tool that reduces the time and expense to create a hunt, and to develop the marketing and sales team to bring Specters Past into more communities. Over the next 2 to 3 years, we can generate 18 to 24 projects with an average fee of $25,000, resulting in $450,000 to $600,000 in gross revenue. But more importantly, 18 to 24 communities will experience a new pride and optimism.
Well done, Adrian.
Way to go, Adrian.
Good work.
All right, our third entry today, Dante Hamilton.
Hi, I'm Dante Hamilton, founder of Internet Web Pages newspaper, a Black-owned certified DBE, MBE, and Section 3 business in Chicago, Illinois. Here's the problem. Direct-to-consumer brands often use social media, text messaging, and email to communicate after shoppers make a purchase online. Very few follow up with a direct mailer sent via the U.S. mail, overlooking an important opportunity to connect one-to-one with current customers. Here's my solution. PersonalizedNewspaper.com enables direct-to-consumer brands to create, publish, print, and mail a personalized direct mail piece, formatted as a newspaper, using pre-designed templates in our online website similar to Canva.com. DTC brands pick a template, upload content, and publish. Newspapers are then printed and mailed. When newspapers are received, customers experience an unexpected mail moment, allowing them to view personalized promotional offers, scan QR codes, and view the brand's products in 3D and augmented reality using a mobile device. Here's my ask. I'm seeking $25,000 in capital to purchase server software to launch PersonalizedNewspaper.com's freemium to premium subscription model e-commerce online service in January 2023. I want to thank each and every one of you who watched my pitch video, and please vote for me.
Sharp, Dante. Well done.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Well done.
Awesome, Dante.
Cool.
Excellent. We will move to our next slide pitch, Vanessa Kemp with Vanes Salsa.
Hi, my name is Vanessa, owner of Honest Salsas. My business is a mission-driven business inspired by my own journey as the daughter of immigrant parents and also as a single mom and a teen mom. These experiences have given me the ability to firsthand understand what goes on in these communities and the real need for change. And I am hoping to be able to give back to these communities that are underrepresented and underserved by amplifying their stories through my own story and by investing in them. I also care very deeply about the environment, and I'm very mindful and intentional about reducing waste by the materials that I use, and also by making small batches and giving back to the local businesses by directly working with them. Today I'm asking for $2,600 that will be allocated between a product photographer, a branding and marketing expert to create my website. This will help scale my business through a subscription model and increase my client retention. Thank you so much.
Wonderful, Vanessa. Very well done.
Great job, Vanessa.
Good job.
Woo!
Okay, and we're halfway through. Our next pitch is Maura Mool with Wallabar.
Good day, mates. My name is Mara, and I'm the creator of the Wallabar. We live in Hood River, Oregon, where biking, kiting, skiing, and many other outdoor adventures are huge. I was inspired to create this bar to help my stepson, Chris. He's an avid long-distance bike rider who couldn't find a bar that was both delicious and would sustain him on his long rides. I also have many friends who are grain, gluten, and dairy intolerant, and they needed more protein snack options. After 2 years of working on my recipes, I was able to meet all of these needs. Chris and his friends confirmed that the Wallabar fueled them and was the best tasting bar they ever had. And my friends were thrilled at how good they felt after enjoying one. Wallabars are made with 100% plant-based, real food, organic ingredients. We're asking for $10,000 to complete our R&D and to produce our first 5,000 packages of Wallabars. This will allow us to generate a revenue of about $12,000 for our first run, and it will hop up our growth for the upcoming months. So jump into adventure with the Wallabar. Put one in your pouch, and like the wallaby, you'll be sure to have lots of energy. Thank you.
Awesome. Yeah. I want one.
Well done. Well done, Maura.
Thank you.
Our next pitch from Pallavi Pandey with Detox Tableware.
220 million Americans used single-use disposable plates and bowls in 2020. This number is projected to increase to 226 million by next year. Hi, my name is Pallavi Pandey. I am the owner and founder at Detox Tableware. At Detox Tableware, we make sustainable single-use disposables from naturally fallen palm leaves to cater to households, food industry, and the hospitality industry. In 2021, I came across Oregon Rain's Digital Marketing and Sales Accelerator program. This program helped me navigate the challenges of the online world and elevate my brand's social media presence with the help of digital marketing guru and expert Krista Neher. Krista helped me create a focused Amazon channel strategy. At the end of the program, I won the pitch competition and snagged $800 cash, which went towards buying the ticket to the Amazon and Walmart Sell and Scale conference. In 2022, I had another tryst with Oregon Raindrops Financial Accelerator program that helped me hone into the financial knowledge of my business. After completion of this program, the clarity I have is I'm seeking funding for two things. First is to enhance and optimize our listings on Amazon and other marketplaces, and second is to buy inventory. I would love your support in joining me in this cause.
Well done, Pallavi.
Awesome.
Awesome, Pallavi.
Wow.
Aren't these awesome? These are just excellent. Okay, our next one, Earl Plumley with Popsies.
Hello, and thank you for allowing me to present to you today. My name is Earl, and I'm here to present my business, Popsies, where we are making popcorn with a purpose. In its first 8 months of business, Popsies has generated $122,000 in revenue, $51,000 in profits. $40,000 of that profit has been plowed back into the business or donated to the community. A portion of profits from each bag of our purple and gold popcorn helps send community members to trade school. Popcorn is a $9.8 billion industry, projected to be $18 by 2031. We will capture a larger segment of the market through commercial partnerships and retail acquisitions. We are nearing completion of a packaging redesign that will allow us to compete for grocery store shelf space. To expand our online and direct-to-consumer sales, we are looking to purchase an online popcorn company. In the next 12 months, we will transition from sole proprietorship to a benefit corporation, thus ensuring we can both pursue profitability and community development. We will move to a larger facility, allowing us to increase both production and community accessibility. I'm here today asking for $250,000 in exchange for 30% equity in Popsies. Your investment will be used over the next 12 months to achieve the growth I laid out. We are a for-profit business in a growing market. We are positioned to achieve increased profitability while contributing significantly to the well-being of our community. Thank you.
Inspiring, Earl.
Good
Well
job,
done.
Earl.
Yay!
Yeah.
I'm hungry.
Right.
You all are excellent. All right, and now we'll hear from our finalist, Angela Ridnour with New Mint Media Family Films.
It wasn't until my mother's funeral that I learned about her life. My aunt, my mother's older sister, started to share these stories of their impoverished Depression-era childhood, stories that I had never heard before, and I was shocked. Quite frankly, they were shocking stories. I took it upon myself to interview my aunt, and that was the very first family history that I created. And since that time, I have worked with countless families to help them preserve and record their own family stories. My fine art degree prepared me for this. I know how to do the work. My challenge has been in marketing, specifically creating a website that's well functioning and implementing an email marketing campaign that's effective. Through the RAIN program, I was introduced to Rachel Colin and Terry Cox, two freelancers who have been very helpful with my business when they were available through the RAIN program. And now I'm asking for $6,000 to be used over the next 5 months for me to hire Rachel and Tori to continue to work on my website and my email marketing. Thank you. Our stories matter.
That's awesome.
That one tugs at my heartstrings. Love that, Angela. Well done. Our next finalist, Lauren Teague with FanWagon.
Hi, I'm Lauren Teague. I'm the founder of FanWagon, the only re-commerce online marketplace built for fans by fans. Sports fan apparel is a $9 billion a year market with no signs of slowing down. And I don't want it to. I just want to make sure last year's jerseys aren't tossed into the landfill or get put on a ship to a different continent. The fashion industry, as you know, is taking heat for being one of the world's most significant pollutants. And the secondhand apparel market is booming. The global market is on track to double to over $200 billion by 2026. That closet cleanout trend certainly ramped up during the pandemic. Last year, 57% of all US consumers resold apparel some way. So that's why I'm building FanWagon to be where gently used and greatly loved fan apparel gets new life into the hands of fans seeking maybe a specific look or to save a few bucks, or to shop sustainably. My online multi-seller marketplace is right now in development to go live before the end of the year. So today I'm asking for $20,000 to help get the FanWagon MVP into complete beta. $12,000 will give us a 6-month runway for API subscriptions and development costs. $8,000 will go towards go-to-market user acquisition and hiring a marketing lead to execute my strategy. You see, I believe that resale is the future of retail, and I'm confident I can build that marketplace with today's technology for tomorrow's shopping experience. So I'm asking, will you jump on the FanWagon?
Yay.
I love the FanWagon.
Go team.
Well, your
So
enthusiasm is
necessary.
on. Beautiful. All right. So those are our finalists: Sandy, Adrian, Dante, Vanessa, and you. A survey just came up for you to vote for your favorite. I failed to mention Maura, Pallavi, Earl, Angela, and Lauren. Let's give all of them a huge hand while you fill out your survey. Okay, I'm going to just sit here while we get these participation numbers up. We're just hit 50.
I just want to chime in too. This is Caroline again, and say how difficult it was to get it down to 9 videos. You guys, you did such a great job. And if we could air all of them, we would, but we just want to thank everybody who took the time to put the videos together. Nice work.
Yes, it was really difficult. And I'll talk a little bit as when we announce the winners about the different categories, the criteria that we had mentioned, and how we came to some of our decisions. But it was a fabulous effort by everyone. Okay, I'm at 75%. We're going to leave this up. I think either Ani or Nate will close the poll. I'm going to leave it up so that those of you who are still figuring it out can figure it out, and I will hand it over to Ani.
Yes, thank you so much. Your guys' pitches are amazing. And it was a hard decision. And so now you share that hard decision with us. All right, so let's introduce you to our speaker. I have a lot of windows open here, so I'm trying to put my things here well together. Right now, I'm actually just going to introduce you to Devon Horace. Devon has a great story. So we met when he was when I was closing my store. He and his business partner actually ended up renting the place where I used to have mine. And I come to find out that he is an angel investor, a serial entrepreneur, a business advisor, and a philanthropist. He's the founder of Horace Consulting, a consulting agency where he advises creative startups and influential global brands. He was born and raised in New York, and he has a bachelor's degree with psychology, focused on human behavior and cognitive psychology, as well as an MBA from Concordia University, and he focuses on leadership and management. And we happen to have him here today. Not only that, I think that Devon has something that it's very unique in the way that he talks and relates to people. And he also essentially just broke all of the barriers and all of the possibilities, and, you know, growing up in a low-income household and then being able to figure it out and work towards being an investor, which is something that we don't see every day. So with that, I want to welcome Devon, who's connecting from Belize today. So welcome, Devon. Let's see, where's he at?
Devon, I'm afraid we can't hear you.
Okay, I am unmuted now, so we're good.
There you are.
There he is.
Yeah, there we go. There we go. Hello. First and foremost, congratulations on all of you through your MONEYmaker accelerator. I think this is awesome. The pitches were amazing. I'm so happy that I'm able to join this call and even view the pitches. I was very excited about a few of them. So don't be surprised if I reach out to you on LinkedIn or something, and your email, and just talk more about your business. But I want to thank the RAIN program for having me here today. Such a great program, and just looking over, the opportunities they provide for entrepreneurs and small businesses. I'm just like, wow, we really need this within our community, because we are a community, right? We're a community of entrepreneurs, no matter where we're from, no matter what race, whatever background we're from, we are a community, and I'm glad to be a part of this. So within my talk, I want to talk about three things, right? I call it the 3 entrepreneurial spirits. And I carry these spirits with me through all of my challenges, the ups and downs, some of the wins, some of the, the big wins, and then some of the, the failures as well. Because as entrepreneurs, we all know that we can't always get the win, but those failures are, also considered a win as well. So the first entrepreneurial spirit that I would like to talk about is doing something you're passionate about. One thing that I love about a lot of the pitches that I've seen was that, everyone had this story behind their business that they're building. Everyone had this passion of changing the world. And, you won't give up if you do something you're passionate about, right? There's going to be a lot of ups and downs, as I said before, but if you're doing something you love, if you're doing something you're driven by, you're just going to go through those failures, and you're just going to take them as learning lessons, right? So you want to do something that you're passionate about, and things are going to get tough, right? As we go through this journey, we're thinking about clicks, we're thinking about, money and budgeting, we're thinking about finances, right? We're thinking about just staying afloat. Things are going to get tough, but if you're passionate about what you're doing, you are going to prevail, okay? I'm telling you this as an entrepreneur, you are going to prevail. I mean, there are times where in my life where people say, oh, you come from this background, and I'm one of 8 in a single parent household. I grew up in an urban area, and people just was like, counted me out, right? They counted me out, and I just was like, I can do this. I can prove them wrong. Go out there, be passionate about what you're doing, do something passionate, and prove them wrong, right? Second thing is, don't let people tell you it can't be done. Like, everyone has their opinions, good, bad, and indifferent. When I'm first generation high school graduate, undergraduate, graduate program, investor, etc. Like, I'm the first person in my family to really start a business and get to the length I'm at. And people told me I couldn't do it based on where I came from, right? So don't let people tell you that it can't be done, right? Even loved ones in your family. There are some times you got like your mom, your dad, your significant other, your brother, your sister. They're like, we love you and we respect what you're doing, but, maybe you should give up, or it seems like you're very stressed and it seems like you just need a break. Sometimes at that moment of just, when you're at your lowest at times, that's when, you grow the strongest. That's when you come out, right? That's when you become that flower out of the concrete. So I'm going to say again, don't let people you love, don't let people in your life, again, these can be people, like I said, your business partner, your significant other, these are people you really care about, and they're telling you to give up. If you believe in what you do, if you're passionate about what you do, don't let people tell you that it can't be done. Keep going. And then lastly, build something meaningful. Now, everybody knows, we're doing this, and a lot of people say, oh, the money will come, right? The money is going to come. But if you build something meaningful, you are looking to change the world. And that's what we do as entrepreneurs, right? We're looking to change the world, rather that the world and everyone in the world, or rather that's your world or the next door neighbor world or just the world in your community. You're looking to make a difference no matter where you are. And we hope that it will change the world holistically. But build something meaningful. Don't create these ideas and create these businesses just for money. Like I said before, the money will come. If you have a great idea, if you're building something meaningful that's going to, change someone's life, there's going to be people like myself pouring in to give you money, because we want to see that change. We want to see, that meaningful work out there in the community. right? So what is your why? You know, that's the question that you should always ask yourself. What is your purpose? What are you doing this for? Who are you doing this for? Are you doing this for, you know, the families that are unable to afford, you know, healthcare? Are you doing this for, you know, your brothers and sisters or your family lineage? Are you doing this for, you know, that family that can't afford to, you know, pay for food and groceries? Like, what is your why? As long as you have that why in mind, no matter what you're building, you are going to prevail. You're going to succeed, and that money is going to come. Don't worry about the money will come. And also, you want to find people that you're drawn to, right? Drawn into your idea. There is 87 people here on this call. That is beautiful. You have a whole community, a whole cohort of people that is supporting you in your business and what you're doing. And you want to stay with those people, right? Birds of a feather flock together, right? So keep sharing your ideas, keep sharing your thoughts, keep sharing your wins, your failures. Just no matter what you do, build something meaningful, share with the people you love, and build and share with that community. So I really want to use this time for Q&A because I feel like, you know, Q&A is a time where a lot of business owners and a lot of you here can ask these questions that will really, you know, kind of directly affect you and your business and what you're building. I love Q&A. I love to answer any amount of questions I can. So I'm looking forward to hear a lot from everyone. It's 87 people or 86 now. So I hope everyone can be able to ask a question, but I would love to take this time to answer any question that you have and talk more about some of the things you're working on.
Devon, I'm going to jump in and ask you something that we've heard on some of our previous sessions. Sometimes people are scared to share their business idea. There's a possibility of others stealing it and things like that. What advice do you have for people that have that fear?
So my advice for people who are a bit hesitant to share their ideas and to share their business thoughts is the best way to know you're on the right track or the best way to receive feedback and adjust your business plan and adjust your idea is to share those thoughts, right? Is to share that business plan. If you're sharing it with your community, they're going to say, well, you know, maybe you should think of it this way, or you know, have you thought of it that way? So it's going to actually help enhance your process as you continue to build your business. So don't be afraid to share your thoughts. Now, you know, take everything, you know, pick and choose what things you want to choose, because there's some people who are kind of like, you know, downers there, right? But, you know, still use that feedback to fuel you in your ideas and to learn more and to adjust your business plan if need so, or to know that you're on the right track.
Wonderful. Thank you. Ikwa, you're welcome to unmute yourself and ask your question.
Thank you. So as an entrepreneur, I realize that there's lots of ebbs and flows and cycles that happen in business, but what do you do when you feel discouraged or it's at the lower point instead of the high point?
Yeah, so, you know, as entrepreneurs, we're going to have moments where we feel, you know, discouraged, right? Or we put together a plan and it just doesn't hit how we want it to, right? I would say reach out to your community, right? I mean, again, there are 87 people here, right? Reach out to your cohort, reach out to your mentors, and just, you know, and just talk to them. Tell them how you feel, right? A lot of people are sometimes afraid to admit their failures, but this is the business that we're in, right? Fail fast and just recover from that, learn from that, right? And when you're feeling discouraged, always go back to your why. Why are you doing this? When you're feeling discouraged, you're going to say, man, this isn't working, or I'm not getting as many views, or I'm not getting as many web visits, or the orders aren't coming in. Always go back to your why, because if you're building something meaningful, that is what you are going to be building for. It doesn't matter what everyone else says, right? When you're at those low points, you're going to be like, you know what? My why is greater than this, right? This is just temporary. I can get through this. Let me talk to my mentor. Let me talk to my cohort. Let me talk to other business people and say, hey, what are some of your failures? I'm feeling this way right now. Have you ever felt that way? Because we are a community and we all have these feelings, but always remember your why, because that's going to keep you going.
Thank you. Now, Paul, you're welcome to unmute yourself.
Hey, Devon, how are we doing today? I got a quick question for you. Can you hear me all right?
Yes, I can.
Yeah. Okay, right on. What I was gonna say, what is your best suggestion for somebody who is in that growth phase and bringing on new people and making sure you build your team correctly? That's one of the things that, as you start to grow in the business, right, bringing on those right individuals. What would be your best tip or suggestion for bringing on the right people?
Yes. So, building a team is always, is always challenging, right? Because you want to make sure that you're investing in the right people, and you want to make sure that you're, you're is going to be, paying people to help you build this vision of yours, right? So I always suggest people to have, there's interviews and then there's personal interviews. And instead of asking those simple questions like, what do you do? What's your background? I see you went to this school and that school. Ask more personal questions like, how's your family dynamics, right? I know that sounds deep, and I know people are like, wait, what? But you want to ask more personal questions. Where are you from? Where did you grow up? What drives you? I'm working on this. Name a time, or is there a something similar in your life that relates to this company, right? Because when you're first hiring people, you really are building a core foundation of your team, right? You're really building that culture of your company that you want to see and create and grow. So the first few hires are going to be critical. And if you don't have the capital, see where there's some way you can do, some kind of contract where, hey, I will give you X percentage right now, or I can give you, sort of like a safe where, I'll give you this equity if we get to this valuation, and et cetera, et cetera. But, if someone believes in what you're doing and believes in what you're building, there is a way even the person who wants to join your team will find a way to work with you, right? Don't be discouraged, or don't let capital ruin that connection, right? When you're hiring someone, you want to build a connection for someone or with someone that believes in your vision, because when they come in and help you build your company, this is more than just a hire. This is a business partner. This is a life partner. This is a goal partner, right? And you want to have someone with you that shares that vision. So my advice would be to find someone and interview them on like personal things, right? Not just the typical, where did you work before, things like that. Yes, that's important, but you really want someone that's going to help build upon your vision and be, just a core foundation to your culture that you're building.
I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
I'll jump in with a question for you, Devon. As an entrepreneur myself and someone who came from very humble beginnings and eventually made it to where I am to also invest in funds, I know how difficult that journey was. I'd love to hear, what was it like for you to get to the point in your life where you could actually put your own money into a fund and invest in other startups?
Oh, absolutely. So, I first started my journey paying off my student loan debt, right? I went to school, I'm first generation. So, I didn't have a blueprint, right? So I didn't know what to do. And I had almost $50,000 worth of student loan debt. And I was able to pay that off within a year. But the things that I've done was I was very disciplined and very focused. I mean, I wore 2 pair of jeans for that year. I had a pack of t-shirts. I went to Target and got like a Hanes pack of t-shirts, the little 8-pack or whatever. And I was very disciplined on my spendings. Like everything that I didn't need to buy, I wouldn't buy. So as I got out of that transition and started my business and start consulting with other people and building strategies on financial literacy, I kept that same mentality. I kept that same, living below my means. And I was able to accumulate a lot more money because I was making more money within my career, but also I wasn't spending as much, right? So once I start accumulating money, I start looking at other means of investing, because my why is, generational wealth. I want to be able to, provide opportunities for my future family to have opportunities, right? When I was growing up, I had to seek out opportunities and look to other people for opportunities. So my goal in life is to provide opportunities for others as opportunities were given to me. So when I, started investing in companies, that's what it was. The BFM fund in Oregon, they gave me an opportunity to join their fund because they heard of my angel investing efforts throughout the community. And when I joined BFM and their mission of investing in, BIPOC founders, I was also, approached and been able to join Oregon Venture Fund. Now, remember, these are big checks to get into these funds, right? But because of my living and my saving efforts and strategy, I was able to join because the bigger picture is creating those opportunities. There are many founders out there. I mean, look at all these founders here on this call that just need a little bit of capital to really get the wheels turning. And that's what I'm passionate about, right? Like, how can I help these founders, even if it's not capital, right? Maybe it's advisory, maybe it's just, creating a strategy for them, right? But a lot of people are like, hey, I do need capital. And based on my resources, my means, and just, being able to strategically plan, I was able to write checks. And when I'm writing these checks, I feel good about it, right? It's not like, oh, my bank account is drained, or now I got to work X amount of hours. I feel good about it because I'm investing in the future. I'm investing in someone and their dream and their goals. And that's my why.
Awesome. Thank you. I love that passionate answer.
Thank you, Devon. Dante, feel free to unmute yourself to ask your question.
Yes, first of all, I'm very, very inspired seeing somebody that looks like me on this keynote. So this is a very inspirational moment. Everything you said is just like I'm taking notes and everything. So my question to you, Devon, is did you bootstrap your company, or did you get some type of rewards crowdfunding or equity crowdfunding, or you just had a successful idea and it just mushroomed and you were able to cash in and have the money to get into these funds and all of that? I'm just kind of curious, as a, underserved founder, how did you do that? What was your magic milestone turning point that allowed you to get these funds? I know you had the savings discipline and, the frugality and all of that, but I'm just wondering, what are other, capital stack items like rewards crowdfunding, equity crowdfunding, score offerings? What are the other tool sets that you use? Thank you.
So that is a great question. I was able to bootstrap my efforts in building my businesses based on my strategy. But with that being said, I always encourage founders and underserved founders and business owners to seek out grants and crowdfunding efforts and friends and family rounds, right? Because there are so many resources out there available for founders to, receive money, right? And to build capital. I'm always looking at, multiple grants across the internet. It's just like, this grant is for small businesses. This grant is for BIPOC businesses, doing crowdfunding, right? Another Kickstarter, right? If you have a product that you can sell or a subscription, right, for your business, and you can say, hey, if you invest X amount of money, or if you donate or give X amount of money, we would give you, this year of subscription, or we'll give you these many newsletters, right? Like, there are multiple ways for you to make money and build capital. It doesn't always have to be giving someone a percentage of your company, right? There are tons of grants out there. There are tons of accelerator programs out there that at the end of the program, they would give you money. There's pitch competitions. Again, these things can be very daunting for most, but there are opportunity, and there are free opportunities for you to raise capital and get capital. I also would say, again, Kickstarter, right? Look at your business right now and look and say, hey, I can allocate or I can give away this amount. But also look at a Kickstarter kind of program for building your network or building your community, right? Because the more people that, join your Kickstarter and spread your message, and the more subscription and things that you're able to sell, you're at the same time building your email list. At the same time, you're getting your product out there. So that's another way of marketing, right? That's another way of getting more eyes and awareness on what you're doing to or for people to invest in you or to, give you money and give you access to grants. So again, grants, Kickstarter, so crowdfunding, and friends and family round, just being like, hey, like if you could pitch in, that would be great. Or like, is there anything I could do for you in exchange for money and support, right? But bootstrapping is how I got there, but there's so many opportunities out there today that we can utilize. That, if you reach out to me, I'll be happy to share a few links and a few connections with you.
That's awesome. Make sure to follow up, Dante. That's a great offer.
Thank you. I will.
We have a question here in the chat that is very interesting. Is how do you know if you have an idea that will take off and not one that is going to be a money, time, and emotional drain?
So that is a great question, right? And the true answer to this question is you don't know. You don't know. This is just the answer, right? Because you build something from your passion, right? You build something that you feel like that is missing in the marketplace, right? That is your thought. That is your opinion. You can ask other people and they're like, yeah, I do feel that way, right? And that's your ability to scale your business. But when you first try it out, right, you really don't know. You're just putting an idea out there and hoping that a lot of people will agree with you and be like, yeah, this is missing in the marketplace. Or a lot of people will believe in your passion, believe in your story and say, you know what, I feel that way, or I can relate, or I can connect with this idea. And then it scales. But as you're building upon that journey, right, there's ways, or there is moments in your journey where you adjust, right? Because you thought at one point, Beanie Babies was the thing, and then you turn around and be like, oh no, it's baseball cards, right? So you start transitioning, right? And you're like, oh, maybe I should stop selling Beanie Babies and start selling baseball cards, but I'm still selling a product, right? I'm still selling some kind of merch. So within your journey, as you're building, you just say, hey, I don't know if this will work, but as I continue to build and as I continue to work on my idea, I can move around and adjust and be flexible with that thought. Business is tough, right? We all know the statistics of business, right? Majority of businesses and startups fail because of that financial and emotional strain. But again, this is what this cohort is about. This is what RAIN is about, right? When you invest yourself and your time, your energy into programs like this, you are then surrounded by good energy and motivators and mentors and people in your corner that, when you feel a financial or emotional strain, you can seek help for the emotional side, mentally. You can, again, crowdfund, or you can seek out grants and different opportunities for the financial side. But this is business. These things are going to happen. We as entrepreneurs have to learn how to, weather the storm and stay strong and build upon, our resources and what we have, right? But don't let it get you down. Remember, build something that's meaningful. Like I said before, when you're building something that's meaningful, these stressors will come, but you will see the other side because you're continuously thinking about your why. But these things will happen. You just have to keep adjusting.
Wonderful. Thank you. Elizabeth, feel free to unmute yourself.
Hi, thank you, Devon. You are just the total perfect inspiration for me because I've been bootstrapping. So how do I get a hold of you? How do we all take you up on your generous offer?
Yeah, sure. So you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, my LinkedIn profile. I'll see if I can throw it on the chat here.
I'll throw it on the chat. Don't worry.
There we go. Reach out to me on LinkedIn. I will reply to all messages. Normally take me a little bit because my inbox be a little bit hectic because I am an investor. with pitch decks and stuff being thrown at me. But, please reach out to me. I will get to you as soon as I can. But I would like to, especially for the RAIN program and for the MONEYmaker Accelerator, I would love to be a resource for many of you. Just reach out to me and I can help you as best way I can, whether that's directing you to a resource or sending you a link or just giving you, some more words of advice on how you can move forward.
Awesome, thank you. We have another question here on the chat, and this is more towards a mature business. What are the pluses and minuses of licensing?
So, okay, let me find that question. So licensing is tough because the pros of licensing is that you get more eyes, you get more awareness, you get a very big name brand backing your product or backing what you've created, right? So that's going to help with marketing. That's going to help, relieve the financial strains you may have. That's going to help with, just getting more eyes and ears onto your product, which is going to create more opportunities for you. Now, something that I always, gauge entrepreneurs and some of my founders, funny thing, a kids company I'm not sure if you guys heard of it. We're going through a few licensing deals right now, fingers crossed for the team, is that, how much do you want to give up, right? As founders, we want to leave room for, other investors. We want to leave room for different opportunities. We don't want to give away too much. We don't want to give away too little. So you're really gauging that. And with a licensing deal, they're going to want their share, right? Because, they're going to be helping you on that back end of awareness and other resources available to help, increase the brand awareness and help push what you have going on. But the back and forth negotiation piece is how much of that are you willing to give up? How much of that, are you willing to, to share of your brand for these licensors? So that's the one thing that I always caution founders about, because you don't want to give too much, right? And kind of lose control of your company or lose control of your branding. But you also don't want to give too little where they're not really interested, right? Where there's like, it's just not a good deal for us, right? So licensing can be really good for brand awareness, for someone bigger backing you and just being able to, increase your vision. But also you just want to be cautious and really take time on the negotiation piece on how much you really want to give up and how much, how much the effort is worth it for your company and what the deal is.
Awesome. So let's do one more question. Philip, feel free to unmute yourself.
Thank you very much, Devon, and everyone else here. And you mentioned something a moment ago on that question about being able to be organized. You talk about your link on LinkedIn, and there's a link here on this chat, and there's emails, and there's Facebook, and all these things. Unfortunately for me, my brain turns to tapioca trying to follow all these links. How do you organize your team, if you have a team to support you, or your own personal relationship through all these messages you're going to be receiving and replying to without getting lost in the ethers?
That is a great question, right? Because you get things flying at you and you're just like, okay, how do I balance myself? So, I am fortunate enough to have a virtual assistant, and we have categories, right? So we have SOBs where, we say, hey, if this email is about an investor or a potential founder, we put it in this category, right? I have a bunch of folders where it kind of create a rule where, if it says a pitch deck or if it's something, it goes into these folders where it's flagged for me to read at a later time, right? So with all these links and all these profiles and all these things, it's very critical for you. I mean, I honestly just use my phone. I make notes and I say, hey, make sure I follow up with X amount of person on my reminders on my phone, right? Or, if you don't have an assistant, just create folders within your inbox, right? Just say, hey, follow-up email or interested email or, this kind of category, general. So it's very important for you to stay organized because you can miss something that's great. Or you can miss a news article interview to get your brand out there, like PR. Or you can miss an opportunity for an investor to say, hey, I really want to work with you, but you have so much going on and you're not able to compartmentalize the process and you get lost, right? So that is a great question, because a lot of people, they're just like, how do you keep up? You're doing this and you're with this founder and you're working here and you're on this project. It is important, it is critical to have a team. To have a team that is a specific goal to manage the timeline. Time management is key. But if you don't have a team, focus on and invest, whether that's reading books, taking courses online, looking at other programs, watching YouTube on how to properly manage your time and start to, break these things down into folders, into categories that will help you properly manage what you're doing.
Thank you very much. I know I need a helper. Thank you.
Thank you, Devon.
Again, please reach out to me. Oh, sorry. Yes, please reach out to me. A great program is like also interns. So like if there's opportunities to have interns help you, they need hours and you need support and they're kind of like graduate from business school or any other class. So if you need any kind of assistance there, reach out.
Thank you. All right. So we have to continue on the agenda today so that we can be on time. But if you guys have any more questions, feel free to write them on the chat. And hopefully Devon will be able to see it and answer it there. Right now, I am going to give the floor to Caroline. But first, Devon, is there anything else you would like to tell them?
Yeah, so I just want to thank Rain again for having me here. I'm so stoked and excited to speak to all of these founders and entrepreneurs and whatever you're doing. These pitches, by the way, I'm still super excited about them. I'm glad I was able to tune in and listen to them. But again, remember those entrepreneurial spirits, right? We're going to go through rough times. We're going to fail. We're going to, have moments where it's like, is this idea worth it? That's all part of the process. Trust me. I deal with businesses that are multi-million-dollar businesses, and they're just like, is it worth it? You're like, wait, what? So always stay motivated. Always remember your why. Build something meaningful, and continue on this journey. As you sign up to be an entrepreneur, you signed up to change the world. That is not an easy task. Everyone is not an entrepreneur. Everyone can't do what we do. Stay resilient, stay strong, and continue to build on your dreams.
Thank you, Devon. That was like a very incredibly inspirational keynote. So thank you for joining us. And I know you're in Belize and we had just a little bit of a delay, but it was an incredible talk. So I feel more inspired after hearing you, and I know that many others have as well. Before we move into the prizes, I just wanted to make a comment about the intentional efforts that Ani led to have this program be more diverse. I always say, as a woman who was raising capital, 15 years ago in Oregon, and I couldn't find any women who were in the space, it was really difficult. And I put an effort to recruit more women to become investors so that more women founders get funded. And when Ani was leading this program, she said, I want more women, more people of color. I want more rural. I want to make sure that we're reaching more people. And so you will see here today, as you can hear from other folks, but I also just wanted to pause and recognize Ani and recognize the speakers and the facilitators and the mentors, because, out of the 10 speakers, half are women and half are people of color. That's incredible. We're not seeing a lot of that. And so the intention is really important. And then out of our mentors and our facilitators, out of the 7 of them, more than half are women and more than half are people of color. And so making that intention helps, because you can see the attendance, the participants, the majority of you all are underserved populations. Underserved doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means, I like to say, you are overlooked and underestimated, because when you're underestimated, that means somebody else is missing something in you, as opposed to being underrepresented, feels like there's something wrong with you, and that's not the way it is. So I just wanted to recognize each and every one of you, and that the intention that we have put here to add more diversity and have more voices in this conversation is important. So great job, Ani. Just wanted to recognize that, how much I appreciate each of you. And then Robert, if you want to pull up just the first prize slide, I just want to make an announcement about how inspiring this session has been. We had $9,600 in prize money, and someone who wishes to remain anonymous, who is on this call right now, sent me a private message and said, I would like to make sure that you're giving 10,000 in prizes. Let's just even it out. So someone who is remaining anonymous wanted to add another $400 so that the best overall prize, instead of being $2,600, is now $3,000. So let's just give a round of applause for that anonymous donor who is joining us today. And I know, Devon, your inspiring keynote helped make that happen. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Robert to announce the prizes and move on with the rest of the program. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Caroline. And also just want to share or repeat, Devon, you're just a spectacular story. Love your energy, love your experience. It's so nice to have somebody who has had your experience be able to share with all of us. I think it gives everyone here a jolt of possibility and energy. And thank you again for joining us. I get the great pleasure here of announcing today's prizes. And like I said, I'll talk about each of them. So as you may remember, we have prizes for Best Business Idea, Best Ask, and then Best Overall. And just so you know how we made these determinations, we had our own voting and scoring system. The best business idea was thinking of the combination of the problem, which we ask you to specifically identify, and your solution. We weren't thinking as much about the ask, but the problem and solution. How clear was it? How inspiring and compelling was the problem, and how inspired is your solution? And let me make certain that we admit that person. So our winner for Best Business Idea, and feel free to unmute so you can clap, is Pallavi Pandey with Detox Tableware.
Woo!
Hello, Pallavi!
Good job.
Congratulations.
I am
So great.
humbled and I'm so
awesome.
grateful. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you all being here and voting and being a part of my journey.
Marvelous. We are honored to have you here, Pallavi, and just such an inspired concept, and on both sides of the equation, both the problem and the solution.
Thank you.
Well
And I
done.
want to applaud everybody. It was so hard to crunch all the details in just 90 seconds. That was the hardest part for me. And what I did learn from all the pitches today was like, there's so much great work everybody put in, every little detail in that 90 seconds that I am yet to learn from all of them. So thank you for such inspiring pitches that the panel selected and everybody who put in their pitches today. So great job, everybody.
Thank you. And you make a really great point. When we say 90-second pitch, I imagine most of us go, well, I can barely say my name in 90 seconds. But as these pitches prove, you can get a lot said if you are clear, crystal clear. And those of you who know me know that's my whole theme. So well done. For our next category, we have the best ask, and that's fairly straightforward. But what makes an ask best? So the clarity of the ask. What are the funds going to be used for? And to a degree, and this is a bit subjective, do we feel like the ask is appropriate and actually moves the business forward? Those are the types of things we considered as we were making our selections. And I have to say, in all of these, the voting was very close. Everybody was right there. So it was hard, even after we scored, it was difficult to decide on our finalists or decide on our winners. But in the case of Best Ask, our winner is Earl Plumley with Popsies.
Woo, way to go, Earl.
Hey. And what we love.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Wow,
Earl.
I'm speechless. Thank you. I was so excited to be in the 9. I thank you.
So I have to say, what we love about your ask, Earl, is it's a complete ask. It's an ask that will change the trajectory of your business. You're asking for a significant investment to truly take that next step. And it was crystal clear. You provided all of the details about what that ask was going to be funding. You just did a marvelous job. So once again, congratulations. And that takes us to our best overall pitch. It says 2,600, but we've just heard that it's actually 3,000 now.
Oh, I changed it. I don't know why it didn't.
That's okay. We all see 3000 there, right? We can all visualize that. So for the best overall pitch, all the things, right? Just all the things. And again, it was not a runaway. The contest was very, very close. But our best overall pitch for the 2022 Moneymaker Accelerator goes to Sandy Vide with Palakdrishti.
Sandy.
Yay! Yay, Sandy!
Well done, Sandy. Well done.
Congratulations, Sandy.
Excellent.
Guys, I don't know how to even express my feelings. Of course, there is a feeling of happiness, but nobody works by themselves. You're always part of the ecosystem. And all along, I had help from many people here on RAIN, and I cannot take all the credit. It is the scores of mentors and advisors, and I've been in business for 42 years, but every single day I learn something new, and I have learned to keep my mind open. One of the things, I think it was in this or some another place, there was one quote that I learned that I'm going to share with you is, if you are looking for money, ask for advice. And if you are looking for advice, ask for money. So I have taken that very dearly, except in this particular case, an ask was specifically asked, so I had to ask. But normally I never ask money. I just say, hey, how can you help me? And if the idea is good, people will come and really give you the money if they trust and believe in you. I just want to add one more thing, and then I want to leave. A lot of people have said, should I tell my idea to someone? And one of the things that I have learned is I just tell my idea to everyone, because nobody will have the same passion, the same understanding, the same grit, the same depth of knowledge to just take your idea, steal it, and implement it. And if they implement it, kudos to them. I think the world is a lot bigger than you being the only person. If 5 people are serving the market, fantastic. So I just want to thank again Caroline, Ani, Robert, and everybody for everything. And I'm humbled. Thank you.
Thank you. We do have to continue so that we can read all of your names for graduation. We have 5 minutes to be able to finish up at 10:30. So monitoring the time here.
Thank you, Ani.
Yes.
And Sandy, just marvelous pitch, clear. You're changing the world, and you're just such a nice guy. It all works. So I do want to also thank our other finalists for submitting and congratulate them. All of our finalists will receive $500. Adrian, Dante, Vanessa, Mara, Angela, and Lauren, very well done. One quick round of applause for them. Yay, all of you.
Thank you so much.
And once again,
thank you so much. Yay.
And congratulations to everyone, right? Everyone who submitted. You all did a fabulous job. Now it's the people's choice. And I'm excited to say that apparently our selection was a good one, because Sandy also won people's choice. And this also was very close, but Sandy, you came out on top. So again, very well done. All right, so let's go ahead and go through. We're going to name everyone who either receives a certificate of completion or certificate of mastery. And Ani, I'll run the slides, but I'll let you start.
Yes, thank you. So congratulations to Alisa Gomez, April Hall Cotting, Bill Davis, Candace Chin, Celiflora Hernandez, Elasa Smith, Elise Higley, Emily Wilder, Eric Baines, Holly Miguel, Jean de Paris, Jessica Timmons, and Jessarelli Miguel.
And Joe Boudreau, Ken Engelman, Lisa Riberal, Lois Guerrero, Matthew Sikora, Mara Moll, Mitra Gruel, Nicola Ballerstedt, Patricia Griffin, Patrick Wasilek, Paul Moore, Tony Aston, and Victoria Panzer. And for those who went above and beyond and get our completing the certificate of mastery, we have
Adrian Fritz, Adrian Borkelum, Amy Jane Sayer, Angela Ridenor, Camelia Maz, Cara Jung, Kat Dreyer, Dantel Hamilton, Earl Plumley, Elizabeth Ellison, Felice Anadania, George Dreyer, Aiko Ikwa Inyang, and Yoselin Wing. Congratulations.
And Jordan Blacktop, Kathy Ging, Lauren Teague, Lisa Linnell Olson, Loki Mills, Marty Gator, Naomi DiMartini, Nicole Lankford, Pallavi Pandey, Philip Blagg, Ron Moore, Samantha Chirillo, and Sandy Bide. And I think there's some more.
Yeah, we got Sarah Fraser, Seren Dussel, Susan Croissant, Terry Voschel, Tracy L. Breeden, Vanessa Kempf, and Vicky Graham.
Congratulations to you all, and we apologize for any names that we didn't get quite right. So congratulations for all of you for spending spending your weeks with us, doing the work, and hopefully you have learned a thing or two along the way. Congratulations to all of you who participated for having moved forward, made the choice to be here, and taken steps to improve your abilities as a business owner and entrepreneur. All right. So
could you give us the YouTube channel? I couldn't find it. There's so much that said rain on YouTube.
I put it in the chat. I'll put it in again.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
And we can send that in a follow-up email as well, Kathy.
Yeah. That's
Excellent.
also on the Facebook group. Every single recording has a link to our YouTube channel as well.
Okay. So what's next? We always like to end with what's next. So the first thing is you've already received and will receive again a link to a participant survey. It's really important to us to know how we've done, where we've succeeded, where we could improve. And for those of you who feel inspired to do so, if you wanted to write a testimonial at the end of that accelerator survey, we'd love to get that. In fact, we're always welcome to take your testimonials, but you'll have a specific opportunity to do so in that survey. Do want to make certain you continue to remember that we have the RainCap program where we can help you kind of shape yourself for funding and specifically point those who are appropriate toward equity crowdfunding. We have Nathan Lilligard, who I believe you're here, Nathan. You can raise your hand, who is our capital access director, and we have that relationship with Republic that allows us to help you get prepared for an equity crowdfunding campaign. Not everybody's right for that, but when you are, it's a perfect fit. I also want to announce that you'll get a link specifically to join our members area. This is something that we've been working on for the last several months, and it is, as you can see here, a masterclass in funding. So some of the topics we discussed over the course of this program, you will find here, but it's a class that's designed to help you prepare to find funding. So we look very closely at business planning, building a winning pitch. You'll find a link to Raj's presentation from last week right there. This is something we've put together for you, and we will give you all access to it forever. So we look forward to hearing how that works for you. And I just want to do a quick reminder of LivePlan and Peter Thorson's offer to give everyone in this course 3 months of LivePlan for free. I also want to mention that we have some funds that we can put toward helping those of you who are serious about getting your business plans up to snuff. It's not for everyone. It's going to be best or optimal for those of you who are looking to raise, say, 50 to 100K over the next 6 months, and very much best for consumer products that you're already selling or looking to expand, or perhaps you're working on a new technology. It's not going to be a good fit for skill-based businesses like consultants or designers, but reach out to us and we'll see how we can support you. But if you are a good fit, we need to act fast. So if you feel like this is right for you, email me this week. Email me by Friday so that we can put this into place and get that support for you. It would come in the form of about $3,000 toward business plan writing experts to help you actually shape and write your business plan. So that's another opportunity for you. Again, contact me by the end of the week. And finally, don't forget to join the group. So much was mentioned about the value of having a crowd, having a cohort, people around you who can support you. Our Facebook group is designed for that purpose. So if you're on Facebook at all, please join that Moneymaker Accelerator group so we can continue. You can all continue to support one another as we move forward. And with that, Ani, I think it's yours.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody. I will be sending the emails to all of the ones that have graduated to Peter so that he activates your 90 days of LivePlan. It's going to happen automatically. Look out for an email for that. I want to recognize too that we have Mike Webb over here from Oregon Pacific Bank. You guys have been great partners throughout the program. We really appreciate the fact that you always had someone from your team here. And it really goes beyond the sponsorship that you have given us, and we really appreciate that. And to all of you, thank you for staying here a little bit longer. We really appreciate you. We can't wait where you go and to see your business, your different iterations. And I'll be in touch with the winners so that we can coordinate your prices. And with that, everybody on mute and celebrate. You graduated from MONEYmaker.
Everybody.
Great
Thank
job,
you.
you guys.
Thank you, everyone.
So much.
Way to
Best
go.
cohort yet. Congratulations, everyone.
Congratulations, all. Thank you all.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Caroline.
Andy. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you, Ani, and thank you, Robert. We really appreciate it.
Yes,
Oh,
best
Sandy, you're
cohort yet.
great. Thank you, and congratulations on winning. Is this your first pitch competition? Sandy? No? Is this the first that you win?
No, this is the second one. I had previously presented to Center for Advancing Innovation in Bethesda, Maryland.
That's wonderful. Good. Well, thank you, everybody, and congratulations to the winners, and congratulations to all of you because you are showing up for your business.
Thank you for again, team. Thank you, everybody. And this only proves that we as entrepreneurs are doing a better job each time. So thank you for keeping us on check.
Nice.
Thanks,
Love it.
Thank you, Rain.
Great job, Ani.
Thank you. Great job, Ani.
Thank you, Ani.
Thanks for all the many facilitators.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Caroline.
You're welcome.
Congratulations, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Congratulations, everybody.
Bye for now.
Bye.
Bye.